This afternoon. Talked with a number of the drivers who are hoping that things are going to tighten up as the track cools down. Pace car onto the infield pit road. We're ready to get heat number 1 underway. Flagman says hold it even. Out of turn 4 and the green is out. Paul Johnson from the pole shows the way. Jimmy Field in the 21 has a challenge from Butch Buzzell on the low side. Field hangs on to position number 2. Off the pace, Scott Watts in the F80. He keeps it underway. We stay green. Paul Johnson at the point. Jimmy Field goes second. Butch Buzzell is third. The battle is for fourth. John Pippin on the low side in the 59. Chris Rule in the number 14 goes to his outside. Second place runner Jimmy Field, third last night in the Oxford Plains late model Sportsman main event. Now on the move on the inside, Mike Johnson in the number 33, and he brings Scott Mulkern with him. Mulkern trying to follow up, gets the door closed there by Tracy Gordon. Working lap number 5 continues to be Paul Johnson. Butch Buzzell trying to close it up on the second place contender, Jimmy Field. Takes a look to the outside of the number 21, drops it right back in. Everyone electing to stay in that inside groove. Coming to the halfway point, our starter indicates halfway for the drivers as they come under the stripe. 6 down, 6 to go. 4 to 5 car length lead for Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson, a regular here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Always a good, steady competitor. Butch Buzzell now poked the nose down to the inside of the number 21, had the door closed, remains in that third place position. Mike Johnson now takes a look to the outside of the number 59. Keep your eyes on the number 33. He is the defending champion here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Mike Johnson in the pole of beverages number 33, trying to find racing room to the outside of the number 59. Johnson now has a lot of pressure from rookie Chris Rule in the number 14. Chris Rule up from the Super Sportsman division where he was a strong runner. Starter indicates just 2 laps to go. Paul Johnson with a comfortable lead. Things tighten up from position 2 on back as Jimmy Field gets more pressure now from Butch Buzzell. White flag is out, 1 to go. Mike Johnson once again to the outside of the number 59, trying to advance on John Pippin. Draws it even down into turn number 3. Time running out as the checkered flag waves. Paul Johnson nails heat number 1. Jimmy Field, Butch Buzzell. Looked like John Pippin just nipping out Mike Johnson. Final pace lap as the flagman shows the drivers the clenched green flag. Flagman asked the drivers to hold it even as they work down through turn 3 to turn 4. Dale Shaw and Mike Rowe bring the field to a rather slow pace out of turn 4, and the green is out. Mike Rowe from the outside with a quick dive down into the inside row. Grabs the lead from Dale Shaw. Shaw right back to pressure the back bumper of the multi-time track champion at Oxford Plains. Here comes Shaw on the inside. They tangle just ever so slightly. Dale Shaw has to back out of it a little bit and let Rowe go. Battle is for third. Tom Quinney on the low side. Mike Mayetta on the outside. Mike Rowe, Dale Shaw, then a side-by-side battle for position number 3. Tom Quinney on the low side, the number 73. Mike Mayetta to the high side. Ralph Nason looking for racing room down low. Nason in to challenge Mike Mayetta now for that 4th place position. Nason momentarily boxed in as he is at the back bumper of the number 73. Side-by-side battle continues for that 4th place position. Meanwhile, back up front, Mike Rowe with about a 2-car length advantage over Dale Shaw. Coming to the halfway point, 6 down, 6 to go. Dale Shaw takes a look to the outside of Mike Rowe now. 2 of the strong contenders in the first round of the State of Maine Series held at the Oxford Plains Speedway back in April. Rowe, of course, the series leader coming into this second round. Dale Shaw continues to put the pressure to the back bumper of the number 12. Ralph Nason now trying to take a spin off over the top of turns number 3 and 4. Billy Penfold in the number 80 as the car gets airborne off the top of turns 3 and 4. That will bring out the caution flag. Billy Penfold gets the car back underway.
Billy certainly comes from a racing family. His father's name, Ray Penfold, is still on the car. Ray, of course, owns the car, and Billy drives it and does a very good job.
All right, getting ready to get it back to green flag racing. It's no start as the cars are out of place, and they mix it up just a little bit down into turn 1.
The number 7 there, that's Bob Bilodeau, another regular at Oxford, and the number 3 of Jerry Babb, also of Oxford.
And I know we'll see the Oxford Plains. Is that Mike Ryan handling the flags now, Butch?
Yeah, that's right. Mike Ryan's on the flag stand this year after Glenn Henderson's tenure in 1992.
Okay, ready to try to get it back to green. Green is out. Mike Rowe from the point. Mike Rowe jumps back into a quick lead, followed by Dale Shaw. Then it's that side-by-side battle. Tom Quinney on the low side. Ralph Nason goes high. They close it right up bumper to bumper for the top 4 positions. Ralph Nason now taking a look to the outside of Dale Shaw. Nason on the move, always a hard charger. In competition here at all the ACT events. 2 laps to go. Man on the move, Ralph Nason in the number 10. Draws it even with Dale Shaw once again, puts the fender ahead down into turn number 3. Spin off turn number 3. White flag is out. Once again, Billy Penfold up at the top, gets it back going. We still have another car over the top of the banking. Mike Rowe continues to show the way. Checkered flag and the yellow go at the same time. Mike Rowe, Ralph Nason, Dale Shaw, Tom Quinney, and it looked like too close to call between Mike Mayetta and Gary Johnson. Well, the top 4 will transfer to that semi-feature. Gentleman who Some of the old-timers like myself will remember one of the few main drivers who competed in the Daytona 500. That was back in the late 60s, I want to say about 1968. The gentleman behind the wheel of that number 88 competed in the Daytona 500. Many will remember that. Of course, the tech man for the American Canadian Tour, and still a very strong competitor, was turning very, very quick time here this afternoon. So I look for Stan Meserve to be very much a factor this afternoon. Jeff Taylor and Bob Randall bring them to turn 4. We look for green. We have it. Jeff Taylor jumps to a quick lead. Bob Randall in pursuit. Randall to second. Now Bobby Babb up to challenge Bob Coburn for that third place position. Bobby Babb right out over the stripe, loses a little ground, finds himself now in we have a spin right here at the start-finish line. Jeff Salibi gets the number 82 turned about and stopped as he came up against the retaining wall. That will put the field under caution. They get 1 lap recorded on the leaderboard. And of course, via the Oxford Plains Speedway on the pole in the number 88. And to his outside, a multi-time track champion here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, Bobby Randall in the number 91. They will bring the field to a start out of turn number 4. Green is out. This time they go even. Oh, Coburn gets it turned about. An evasive action by several of the drivers, including Stan Meserve in the 88, gets the car stopped before he got into the number 54, and Jimmy Burns in the number 7. So if everything is in order when they get to turn 4, we should be ready to get it back to green flag racing. Once again, Jeff Taylor on the pole position, Bobby Randall to his outside. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. Flagman says hold it even. We look for a start at turn 4. Taylor and Randall bring them to 4, and the green is out. Taylor by a bumper as they cross the stripe and down into turn number 1. Taylor continues to show the way. Randall battling back on the outside, but Taylor by about a half a car length. Bobby Babb up to 3rd, looking for racing room down low. Stan Meserve now puts himself into the 4th place position as he ducks under the number 54 of Rick Burnett. Randall and Babb come together, and they have to back out of it. Everybody backs out of it. That gives Taylor a little more breathing space. Good sportsmanship as all the drivers got out of the throttle there, allowed Randall and Babb to get straightened back out, and the order remains the same. Jeff Taylor, your leader. Bobby Randall to 2nd. Bobby Babb is 3rd. Stan Meserve goes 4th, and Rick Burnett is 5th. Burnett nearly grabbed his first late model feature last night here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Ended up, I think, 4th. We're coming to the halfway mark. It will be 6 down and 6 to go when they cross the stripe this time. Get a clock on Jeff Taylor, your leader. Impressive run for Taylor as he continues to put space between himself and the 2nd place competitor, Bob Randall. Just over 15 and a half seconds. Great time for Jeff Taylor as he makes the transfer down to the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway and nails the combination. Things tighten up from position 3 on back as Bobby Babb has all kinds of pressure from Stan Meserve. Meserve is followed by Rick Burnett in the 54, Pete Rondo in the number 5 as the top half dozen have broken away from the rest of the field. Pete Rondo now taking a look to the outside of the number 54. 2 laps to go. Jeff Taylor with a comfortable lead. We'll see the white flag come up. Jeff Taylor. Serve notice that he is going to be a factor here this afternoon as he takes heat number 3 in an impressive style over Bob Randall, Bobby Babb, Stan Meserve, and Rick Furnett. Once again, the top 4 go to the semi-feature. Ed Gallant in the number 13. The 88 is driven by Mike Fields. Steve Berry in the number 7. The number 6 is driven by Bill Panett. Willie Boucher in the number 14. Danny Bubar in the 24. The number 39 is driven by Dwight Shepard. The 94, Dennis Hall. Last night's limited sportsman feature event winner in the number 06, Dennis Quinn. Adam Moore in the number 31. The 38 is driven by Beaver Norton. The 48 would be Scott Gucci. The 42, Kurt Bean. The 19, Jackie Roussel. The 64 is driven by Troy Graffam. The number 3, David Raymond. The number 1 is driven by Rick Tibbetts. And once again, the 27 back on the back of the pack, that's Steve Perry. We look for a start out of turn number 4. The green is out. Kevin Rumry from the point. Down into turn number 1, pressure from Dave Lafano in the number 95. Lafano and Tim Jenren go a little wide. Here comes Larry Vose up the inside to position number 3. Continues to be Kevin Rumry, but he has a lot of pressure from Dave Lafano in the 95. Also on the move, Ryan Shepard in the 34 as he works the outside groove. Dave Lafano not going to give it up on the outside. He draws it even, puts a fender ahead as they approach turn number 3. Dave Lafano back into racing this year after some time away, filling in for Roger Williams in the number 35. In the number 95, rather. Continues to lead it by about a fender over Kevin Rumry in the 49. Of course, a handicap system with a high point man starting at the back. We have a spin. Todd Fitz takes the 55 off over the top of turn number 3, keeps it underway. We stay green. Dave Lafano on the backstretch, your new leader, as he finally gets that 95 out and around the 49. Ryan Shepard on the move as he looks to the outside of the 49 now. Problems on the 03 as smoke pours from the car and he takes it onto the infield pit road. Once again, your leader, Dave Lafano in the 95. Ryan Shepard in the number 34 goes to second. Larry Vose on the move now as he dives to the outside of Kevin Rumry, trying to take over that third place position. Looks like Vose will do it. Larry Vose races to third. That drops Kevin Rumry to fourth. Tim Jenren is fifth. Problems on the number 64 of Troy Graffam as he takes it on a pit road. The field up to lap the slower car of Adam Moore, the number 31. And that bunches things up, gets them 3 wide down the front stretch. Drivers do a nice job of handling that. Spin by the number 1 right down here at the bottom of turn number 4. That will bring out the caution flag. Rick Tibbetts in the number 1. Unable to refire the car, and he sits at the bottom of turn number 4 in a bad place, and that causes the caution flag to fly. But right now, Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear as they work the backstretch. Once again, 8 laps down. Dave Lafano in the number 95 on the pole. He has young Ryan Shepard to his outside. They bring the field to turn number 4. We look for a start. Green is out. Ryan Shepard takes it over from the outside of the front row. Young second-generation racer. He is the son of the gentleman behind the wheel of the number 39. For those of you who may be new to the Speedway, a father-son team competing here in this division. White Shepherd in the number 39, already a feature winner in 1993. Real veteran here at the Speedway. That is his son leading this event in the number 34. Sophomore driver Ryan Shepherd, your leader. Then comes Dave LaFarno with all kinds of pressure from Larry Vos in the 67. Dave LaFarno hangs on to the runner-up position. Tim Genren is 4. John Maycomber 5th. We have a spin right between turns 1 and 2. Drivers do a nice job of avoiding the Dave Jackson machine. Jackson unable to refire that 98, and once again that will put the field under caution. Well, we just complimented him, and then, hey, look at that yellow flag. Some people are a little slow to react to that yellow flag. Dave Jackson finally gets that Ocean 98 underway. Cars work down into turn 3. Ryan Shepherd and Dave LaFarno bring them to turn 4. Green is out. Ryan Shepherd shows the way from the point. Larry Vos up to challenge Dave LaFarno now for that runner-up position. Larry Vos in the 67, Dave LaFarno in the 95. They go wheel to wheel for the second place position. Also a battle for position number 4. Tim Genren with the advantage now over Kevin Rumry. Spin by Jeff Severance right here on the front stretch. Everyone is able to avoid that one, and we stay green. Lead still in the hands of Ryan Shepherd. Larry Vos now with the challenge. Dave LaFarno goes 3rd. He has a challenge now from Tim Genren in the number 12. As Genren races to the low side of 3rd place competitor Dave LaFarno. Andy Gayu up to occupy position number 5. Tim Genren with a hold on position number 3 now from the inside. Shepherd gets sideways. Has to back right out of the throttle, and with it he loses a ton of positions. Perhaps something amiss on the number 34 as he has slowed way off the pace. What a tough break for young Ryan Shepherd. As he was holding the lead, went a little wide, and something seemed to take the car right off the pace. Well, your leader is Larry Vos. They're working lap number 16. Tim Genren goes 2nd. Andy Gayu is 3rd. Chuck Willoughby races to position number 4 in the 82, and Jeff Morgan rounds out the top 5 in the number 70. Larry Vos with a comfortable lead as he has probably a 10 or 12 car length lead over 2nd place competitor Tim Genren. Then it's Andy Gayu in the 92, the man on the move, Danny Bubar in the number 24. Spin right here as David Raymond and Todd Fitz get hooked up. Cars hooked together, the bumpers are hooked together. They finally get them separated. They do a little re-landscaping there on the infield. Probably send them a bill for that. Man on the move, Danny Bubar in the number 24. 24, always a strong competitor, and this afternoon they have that car hooked up. He he has taken over the runner-up position, will now set his sights on race leader Larry Vos. Both of these drivers looking for their first main event for 1993. Working lap number 24. Little by little, Danny Bubar in the number 24 seems to be closing the gap on race leader Larry Vos. Of course, we could run a little interval for you if we would only think of it, right? Just 5 laps to go, indicated by our starter. Eddie Walsh will show the drivers 5 to go. Interval right now is about 1 second. Danny Bubar closing it up. Little by little, reining in the 67. Will he have time enough to make a bid? 0.38 is the interval, and right now it's practically nothing. Danny Bubar right at the back bumper of race leader Larry Vos. Danny Bubar dives to the inside. They just touch. Yeah. Ooh. Hopefully everybody will get by Larry Vos. What a tough break for Larry Vos in the 67. Well, one would say it could have been much worse, right? He got nicked, able to drive away from it. But from that lead position, all it takes is a little touch, a little contact. Well, we have an all clear. Once again, 26 laps down. Tim Gendron, Andy Gayu on the front line. Green is out. Tim Gendron takes it right into a lead down into turn number 1. Followed by Chuck Willoughby in the 82, who races to the second place position. Andy Gayu to third in the 92. Here comes Jeff Morgan in the number 70. Morgan in a side-by-side spin up in turn number 3. Several cars involved, among them Mike Field in the 88, Bill Panett in the number 6. Can't tell who else is off over there. Looks like Steve Perry in the 27. Flat tire on the 85 of Scott Chapman. Just 2 laps to go this time by. Your leader, Tim Gendron. Chuck Willoughby second. Jeff Morgan is third. Then the battle is for fourth. Looks like Dave Lafano with the advantage for position number 4 right now. White flag is out, 1 to go. Tim Gendron about a car-and-a-half length lead over Chuck Willoughby. Then comes Jeff Morgan. Morgan right at the rear bumper of the number 82. Checkered flag comes down. Tim Gendron, Chuck Willoughby, Jeff Morgan, Dave Lafano, and too close to call for position number 5. The leaderboard shows the 92 of Andy Gayu. Will have to wait for an official call. Well, the fortunes change around, and they certainly changed in the positive direction for Tim Gendron. Gendron in the number 12. Strong run by Jeff Morgan in the number 70. He was your third place competitor. A great run by Chuck Willoughby in the number 82 as he races to second. Leaderboard shows Dave Lafano was your fourth place competitor, and Andy Gayu in the number 92 in fifth place. Well, they tell us that 50-50 is now up to the vicinity of $850. So 50-50 just continues to grow. Hope it's your lucky day. Hope you have a ticket. That would help. is this afternoon's Limited Sportsman main event winner. As he returns the colors to Flagman Eddie Waltz, we're going to get an opportunity to hear from the Limited Sportsman main event winner as he prepares to exit the number 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Gendron. Congratulations, Tim. Must be pretty happy to bring the car back after the incident on the backstretch opening day.
Yeah, it was a little bit of work, it was a little bit of time, but thanks to everybody out there, all my friends, everybody in the crew. I have to thank them all.
We got your first place trophy for you and a $50 gift contingency from Big A Auto Parts for your hard efforts. Congratulations.
All right, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Gendron.
Excavation along with Merritt Pool. They are out of Scarborough, Maine, and as I mentioned earlier, as we mentioned, winner of this event will grab the pole position. So believe me, these drivers want it. Flagman Dick Willett has shown the drivers the clenched green flag, and we should be ready to get it to green flag racing when they hit turn 4 if everything is to the flagman's satisfaction. Pace car will dip onto pit road. Mike Rowe and Dale Shaw will bring the field to turn 4. Semi-feature action. Ready for green. We have it. Dale Shaw with a slight advantage, but Mike Rowe is right hard up the inside. Puts a fender ahead out of turn number 2. Mike Rowe with a slight advantage down through turn number 3. Here they come to turn 4. Rowe with the advantage will lead them across the stripe for lap number 1. Shaw not going to give it up on the outside. Here comes Jimmy Field up to draw even with Bobby Babb. Side-by-side duel right straight back through the top 8. Mike Rowe in the number 12, Dale Shaw in the 23. Shaw going to tuck it in behind the number 12. Side by here comes Bobby Babb with a bid to the outside to take position number 3. Jimmy Field fighting back. They swap a little paint, but Babb prevails from the outside. Second generation racer Bobby Babb out of Windham, Maine in the wet around number 4 on the move. He takes a look down to the outside of the number 23 in Dale Shaw. Randall sideways out of turn number 4. He's on the move. Babb continues to pound the outside, as does Randall. Now Jeff Taylor and Ralph Nason all on the move in that outside groove. Advantage to that inside group. Inside lane with the advantage thus far this afternoon. Jimmy Fields able to take that third position to himself. Tom Quinney on the move up the inside as he is challenging Bobby Babb now for the 4th place position. Halfway point now. 8 down and 7 to go. Your leader continues to be Mike Rowe in the number 12, followed by Dale Shaw, Jimmy Field, Tom Quinney, and now the battle is for 5th. Stan Meserve and Bobby Babb. Flagman Dick Willett will show the drivers 5 laps to go. Stan Meserve gets it sideways. Has to back out of it just a little bit. Here comes Paul Johnson now from the inside. Paul Johnson trying to take over position number 4. Battle is for 4th. Paul Johnson in the 35, Stan Meserve in the 88. Meserve trying to take it back from the outside, and he does. Meanwhile, back up front, Dale Shaw takes a look to the outside of the number 12 and Mike Rowe. Flagman indicates 2 laps to go. Rowe looking to hang on to the lead in this State of Maine Championship Series. Bobby Randall takes it on a pit road. White flag is out, 1 to go. Thus far, Mike Rowe with a hold on the series lead. We'll see the checkered flag come down as he exits turn number 4. Mike Rowe, your winner, followed by Dale Shaw, Jimmy Field, Stan Meserve, and Paul Johnson, your top 5.
The number 18 out there, Kerry Martin, last year's Oxford Plains Speedway point champion in the Super Street Division. Kerry's been having some tough breaks this year, but he's been doing all right. The Dodge Intrepid pace car dives on into the infield. Big Mike Ryan looks him over and lets him go. Ron Henry in the psychedelic 64 gets a little loose coming out of turn 4. He gathers it back up and gets it together. Randy Varney in the number 69 holding out of that second spot. And our race leader, driver of the number 8, Henry Hudson III, out of Harrison. A little bit of trouble over in the top of turn 2 for the number 80 car. That's driven by Ron Abbott of Lisbon. He gathers it back up. We're still under green. The man on the move, the number 23 of Tim White out of Sabattis in the 4th position right now, running high on the outside, giving the number 7 car of Doug Poland out of Livermore a run for his money. This time by, it's 2 down. 3 wide in the front stretch. Donnie Wentworth, Gary Shackford, and the number 23 car of Tim White racing 3 wide at the stripe. Check out that number 44 now in the 5th position. Number 44 driven by Richard Peck. He's out of Brownfield in a Pontiac. Brad Hammond in the number 6 driving the Camaro, a 17-year-old driver out of Turner, Maine. Brad Hammond coming from a racing family. Al Hammond's nephew, as a matter of fact, from Oxford Plains Speedway, if you know the driver of the number 1. It's a Sunday night drive for Henry Hudson III out of Harrison in the number 8 with a comfortable lead over the number 69 of Randy Varney out of Oxford. Ron Henry holding on a 3rd, the number 7 car right there as well. That's driven by Doug Poland out of Livermore. Brad Hammond rounds out your top 5. Brad Hammond gets into Poland a little bit, going into 1. Poland gathers it back up, no intimidation there. The number 44 car jumps out to the outside on the backstretch. The number 44, that's Richard Peck out of Brownfield. Oh, we got trouble on the top of turn 3. The number 31 car, that's Gary Tapley out of Auburn. He mixed it up with the number 13 car of Steve Morin out of Turner. And there's another vehicle involved as well. We'll try to get you a number on that. Everybody's moving. We're still under green. Don't forget about the World Championship Street Stock 200 coming up on August 8th. It's a Sunday at 2 p.m. at Oxford Plains Speedway, sponsored by True Value Hardware Stores. John Drew in the number 93. He's at the back of the pack with Robbie Gonthier. John Drew, one of those drivers who was up all night last night trying to keep his car or get his car back together. And he's showing the strain this afternoon. Randy Varney holding on to 2nd. Our race leader, driver of the number 8 car. Out of Harrison, Maine, Henry Hudson III, making it look easy at Beech Ridge tonight. Ron Henry in the 64, holding on to 3rd. The number 7 of Doug Poland. In that number 44 car, Richard Peck out of Brownfield, driving the Pontiac, making his presence felt at the Beech Ridge Oval tonight. 10 laps down, 15 to go in this 25-lap feature event of the Oxford Super Streets. It's a Sunday drive for Henry Hudson III out of Harrison with a comfortable lead over the 2nd place car, the number 69 of Randy Varney from Oxford. Ron Henry holds into 3rd, Doug Poland in 4th, and Richard Peck rounds out your top 5 at the stripe. Mark Zero in the True Value 02, last night's 2nd place finisher at Oxford Plains Speedway. It's halfway home. For Henry Hudson III, Randy Varney, Ron Henry, Doug Poland, and Richard Peck. Dwayne Kakinen in the number 77 car, he's right there. And Kerry Martin, last year's point champion at Oxford in the Super Street division, just looking for some room to race in 3. Wide at the top of turn 2. Kerry Martin pushing the envelope on the outside, making it work for him as they dive into 3. Kerry Martin, look out, here he comes. Martin making a bid for the top 5 at the stripe. 3 wide racing. Kerry Martin making it work for him here tonight at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Our race leader, still the driver of that number 8, Henry Hudson III out of Harrison. Randy Varney in 2nd, Ron Henry in 3rd. The number 7 car in 4th. That's Doug Poland out of Livermore. Kerry Martin still racing up high in that 3rd, almost non-existent groove, and making it work for him tonight. Check out Kerry Martin at the stripe there, 3 wide. Kerry Martin certainly has the car set up tonight to his liking. If he could get a little bit of room to race and break out of the pack, he could contend for first. 18 laps completed, 7 to go on our 25-lap Oxford Super Street feature event. Randy Varney keeping it moving, holding on to that 2nd position. Ron Henry in the 64, he's right there. Doug Poland in the 7. Brad Hammond in the 6. Dwayne Kakinen in the 77. Kerry Martin holding on. John Drew now coming to life. Kerry Martin gets into it with Dwayne Kakinen just a little bit. He's going to slide down. Kerry Martin keeping it together. Martin now slides, can't hold on to it. A kamikaze run down the front stretch for Kerry Martin. A nice piece of driving, a good job keeping it together. There's 5 to go, 4 to go. Henry Hudson III out of Harrison, making it look easy tonight. Randy Varney in 2nd, Ron Henry in 3rd, Brad Hammond in 4th, and the number 7 car of Doug Poland out of Livermore rounds out your top 5. Kerry Martin's got a flat tire on that 18, and it's starting to show now. He gets into it on the top of turn number 1 with Dwayne Kakinen. We got our 5th place car, the number 7 of Doug Poland. He got mixed up in it. John Drew, after having a real rough break last night at Oxford, he's involved in the altercation as well. Looks like it may take our safety crews a couple of minutes to gather up the track. The Oxford Super Street's grassroots racing at its finest. Dodge Intrepid pace car now opening up a little bit. Out of turn 3, looks down into the infield. Pacing slowly now, out of 3 and into 4. They pick it up. Mike Ryan lets them go. And quickly, Henry Hudson III jumps out to first, the number 88 car. That's Dana Staples out of Wilton, falls off the pace on the restart. There's going to be 1 to go this time by. Check them out. They're going to be 3 wide at the stripe. Henry Hudson III in the number 8, holding on to that number 1 position. It's going to be checkers for Henry Hudson, Randy Varney, and Brad Hammond rounds out your top 3. Oh, and just a little bit of trouble for the driver of the number 12. That's Dennis Spencer Jr. out of Turner. Mixes it up a little bit. Henry Hudson III finishing first, Randy Varney in second, and Brad Hammond in third. Let's take it trackside. We'll be bringing it down trackside with Dave Sturgis in just a second. Henry Hudson, Randy Varney, Brad Hammond.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking third place from Oxford in the number 6. Welcome, Brad Hammond. How's it feel to get third place tonight at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway?
Feels pretty good because I've never been here before. I just hoping to finish, but come out of it pretty good.
Tell us how old you are.
17.
It's a pretty good accomplishment for you, 17 years old, to take a third place finish at a away from home track, right?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Coming in third, we got Randy from Oxford. Randy Varney, congratulations. So how does it feel down at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway to take a second place finish?
Well, it feels pretty good. It's doing a lot better. I'm getting around Oxford right now, so I'm real happy.
Tell us about the crew that helps you prepare this car week by week.
Oh, we got two guys that work real hard. The owner, Steve Hill, and Brian Edmonds. They work a lot of hours on it, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, congratulations. Taking the checkers, car number 80 started up front. It's Henry Hudson. Henry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Same question. What's it like to race at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway?
I tell you, I've handled the best here than I have at Oxford. I don't know.
Well, it was a good race, good clean race. Congratulations. Here's your first place trophy for your efforts.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Hudson. Send it back topside to Bruce Elder. Bruce.
All right, thank you, Dave. Waiting on deck, we have late model Sportsman Consi events lined up on pit road. Lap Consolation events. Defending champion Mike Johnson. Young Rick Furnett to his outside. Bring the field to turn 4. We look for a start. Flagman looks him over. Green is out. Mike Johnson with the advantage as they race to turn number 1. A lot of pressure from Rick Furnett on the outside. Now Gary Johnson on the inside. Johnson with the advantage for the second place position. Here comes Jimmy Burns in the inside row. Rick Furnett not going to give it up on the outside as he continues to work to the outside of the 53. Finds himself now in a battle with Jimmy Burns. Still difficulty in that outside row as Rick Furnett slips back now in a battle with Joe Bowser for the 4th place position. Bowser looks to take that over, and Furnett will drop it into position number 5. Once again, this is for position in the main event. Mike Johnson with about a 4-car length lead over Gary Johnson. Working lap number 5 of this 12-lap consolation event. You're going to watch on the number 33 this time. Turning the track in about 15.7 seconds. Good time on the number 33, the 1992 track champion here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Starter Dick Willett will show the drivers the halfway point. It's 6 down, 6 to go. Jimmy Burns slides to the outside. That opens up the inside lane for Joe Bowser. Bowser will take over position number 3 in the 32. Comfortable lead for Mike Johnson, but things are not so comfortable for Gary Johnson as he has all kinds of pressure and a mirror full of Joe Bowser. Bowser takes a look to the outside of the number 53 now. Joe Bowser trying to make a bid for that runner-up position. Flagman indicates 2 to go this time by. Mike Johnson, Gary Johnson, Joe Bowser, Jimmy Burns, and Rick Frenette, your top 5. White flag is out, 1 to go. Joe Bowser, having tried the outside, will drop it back in now to that 3rd place position on the inside rail. And as they exit turn number 4, the checkered flag comes down. Mike Johnson, the winner, followed by Gary Johnson, Joe Bowser, Jimmy Burns, and Rick Frenette. Once again, to determine positions in the main event. Going to go to the tail end of the lineup. Bobby Libby in the number 34. The 80, Billy Penfold. The number 39, Bob Gary. In the number 7, Bob Bilodeau. The 54, Bobby Coburn. Once again, the 79, Scott Mulkern, electing to start from the tail end of this one. Also a 12-lap consolation event. 4 position in the main event. Mike Mayetta and Chris Rule will bring the field to turn 4. The green is out, and Pete Rondo turns it about. And the number 54 of Bobby Coburn, hard into the retaining wall, will bring the caution right out. Bobby Coburn indicates to the safety men that he is okay. Second car, Billy Penfold, the number 80, and Scott Mulkern by himself on the back row. Pace car will dip onto the infield pit road, and we look to get this underway at turn 4. Green is out. Mike Mayetta will show the way from the point. Chris Rule with about a half car length lead over Pete Rondo. Then comes side-by-side battle, Bobby Libby and Jim McCallum. Pete Rondo with a slight advantage for the runner-up position. Chris Rule draws it even down into turn number 3. They go wheel to wheel through turn 3, look to turn 4. Advantage, well, no advantage, side by side. Pete Rondo and Chris Rule battle wheel to wheel for that 2nd place position. Right behind them, Bobby Libby in the 34 and Jim McCallum in the number 2 also go at it wheel to wheel. Mike Mayetta with a comfortable lead. Chris Rule goes wide, way up to the top of turn number 4. That opens it up for Jim McCallum. McCallum now looking to challenge Bobby Libby. Rondo holding down the 2nd place, but he has a marrow full of Bobby Libby in the number 34. Coming to the halfway point, 6 down and 6 to go. Problems on the Chris Rule machine as he has nearly shut the car down and is obviously headed to pit road. Hopefully nothing serious on the number 14. Plenty of breathing space for Mike Mayetta, but quite a different situation for 2nd place contender Pete Rondo, as he has all kinds of pressure from Bobby Libby and Jim McCallum. Bobby Libby trying to find a way to challenge Pete Rondo. Keeps looking for room down low, can't find it. Laps are winding down. Starter indicates just 2 to go this time by. Pete Rondo goes a little wide. Bobby Libby took a look, but then backed out of it. White flag is out, 1 lap. Checkered flag in the air. Mike Mayetta nails down Consi number 2, followed by Pete Rondo, Bobby Libby, Jim McCallum, and Billy Penfold. Out of Scarborough, Maine, Design Acoustics, machine of Phil Weeks. Next on the grid, the number 5 from Arundel, David Bath. In the number 10-4, the Chief, Ed Strong. The number 1 is driven by Dave Sprague. The 03, Steve Howard. They're ready for a start. Green is out. Give you the rest of that lineup. We have defending champion Kevin Durgan is in the number 7. Willie Elliott in the 08. The 14 is driven by Donnie Culprit. Doug Shores in the 51. Mitch Brown in the 08. And Robbie Dorr in the 12. Russ Johnson, your leader, in the number 25, followed by Brian McClure. Then comes Kevin Tobias in the 42, Richard Pelton in the 27. Walt Pugsley in the number 80 rounds out the top 5. Sportsman division designed to be about halfway between a limited sportsman and a late model, basically limited type engine, late model type chassis. Black flag out evidently for Kevin Tobias in the number 42, as he appears to be leaking fluid and will take the 42 on a pit road. Tough break. Caution flag will fly. Caution flag is out due to the spilled liquid on the track. We have 4 laps recorded on the leaderboard of this 30-lap Super Sportsman main event. Richard Pelton in the number 27, always a hard charger. Walt Pugsley, former modified competitor, actually competitor across all the divisions over the years. Been away for about 4 years. Walt Pugsley back now for about his 3rd event. Flagman says hold it even. Green is out. Side by side across the stripe down into turn number 1. Russ Johnson on the low side, Brian McClure to the high side. They go even down into turn number 3. We're working in lap number 5 of this event. Russ Johnson with the advantage. McClure not going to give it up on the outside. Richard Pelton in 3rd. Dave Bath in the number 5 up to 4th. And rookie Donnie Culprit, already a feature winner in the number 14, rounds out the top 5. Continues to be Russ Johnson, your leader. Oh! The 27 and the 25 come together. Richard Pelton and Brian McClure get hooked up, coming into turn number 2. And that will put Pelton on a pit road with a flat right rear tire. Hard to tell just how much damage there may be on the number 25. The defending champion of this division is in the number 7, that's Kevin Durgan. Richard Pelton, after some quick service on pit road, will rejoin the field. We look for a start at turn number 4, and the green is out. Russ Johnson and Dave Bath go wheel to wheel. Also, Brian McClure back from a visit to pit road. Russ Johnson brings them down to complete lap number 9. Four-car battle being waged for that top spot. Russ Johnson continues to show the way, but he has all kinds of pressure from Donnie Colbert on the low side in the number 14 and Dave Bath in the number 5. Tim Maloney in the number 69 looking for racing room now on the low side of the number 5. Keep your eyes on that number 14. He's been one of the hottest cars in this division. Already a feature winner here a week ago. Finds himself in a battle with Tim Maloney in the 69. Takes a look to the outside of race leader Russ Johnson. Tim Maloney with the advantage for that runner-up position. Dave Bath back to challenge Don Colbert for the 3rd place position now. Donnie Colbert perhaps finding the tires taking a beating out there in that second group. Finds himself in a side-by-side battle with Dave Bath for position number 3. Flagman Eddie Walsh indicates we are at the halfway point this time by. 15 down, 15 to go. Continues to be Russ Johnson, your leader, followed by Tim Maloney, Don Colbert, Dave Bath, and Walt Puxley in the number 80 of 5th place competitor. Now on the move in that outside groove, the defending champion of this division, Kevin Durgan, in the number 7. Sets the number 7 to the outside of the 03. Takes a look to the outside of the number 9 of Phil Weeks. Kevin Durgan in that number 7 was not only the division champion here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, but also captured a championship at Wisconsin Speedway in 1992. Top 4 have broken away, but things tighten up from position 5 on back as Walt Puxley has all kinds of pressure now from Dave Sprague in the number 1. Willie Elliott in the 08, Phil Weeks in the 9. Side-by-side battle. The 03, Steve Howard. The number 7, Kevin Durgan. Fine run by Russ Johnson as they have that 19 dialed in. Worked himself out to about a 4-car length lead now over Tim Maloney. Tim Maloney once again to get a challenge from Donnie Colbert in the number 14. Colbert keeps looking to the outside, then drops back in behind the 69, sets it out in that middle groove once again. Laps winding down. Flagman indicates it will be just 5 to go next time by. Donnie Colbert continues to wage battle to the outside of the number 69. Tries to draw it even this time down into turn number 1. Perhaps seeing the 5 to go was that little extra boost needed to the driver of the number 14 as he has decided once again to try that outside groove. Battle is for second. Tim Maloney in the number 69, Donnie Colbert in the 14. Continues to be The 69 and Tim Maloney hanging on to that one. Laps winding down, just 2 to go, indicates starter Eddie Walsh. Russ Johnson, Tim Maloney, Don Kilbert, Dave Bath, Walt Pugsley. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Russ Johnson looking for his first Super Sportsman main event. Battle for second continues, a wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side action. Checkered flag down. Russ Johnson, Tim Maloney by a fender over Donnie Colbert. Dave Bath, Walt Pugsley rounds out the top 5. Russ Johnson as he captures his first Super Sportsman main event. Fine run once again by Donnie Colbert in the number 14, your 3rd place finisher. Tim Maloney down to collect the hardware for his runner-up effort here tonight. But tonight, in the Super Sportsman division, belongs to this young man, returning the colors now to flagman Eddie Walsh. Russ Johnson in the Johnson's Garage. NASCO, number 19. Gotta be a happy young man. Always a strong competitor.
Picking up the checkered flags for his first feature win. Let's welcome to trackside, Russ Johnson. Congratulations, Russ.
Thank you very much.
How's it feel to pick up your first feature win at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway?
That must have been a 150 lapper, I think. Jeez, thought the end would never come.
So is the car where you want it at this point of the season?
It's real good. It's a brand new car this year. We've only got 3-4 races on it, and it's almost perfect. Not quite there yet, but it's almost.
Well, congratulations. Here's your first place trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Russ Johnson.
All right, a great run once again by Russ Johnson. At this time, could we have all scorers please report to the scoring area? We have the signal that the safety check has been made. Ladies and gentlemen, on the count of 3, please help me. 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, start your engines. Joining the field, the young man who took the hard ride into the barrier here in front of you, Bobby Coburn in the Win Construction, number 54, joins the field, just having made some fantastic repairs. Flagman Dick Willett tightening the field up. He will show them the clenched green flag this time by. We should be ready to get this underway at turn 4 next time around. Pace car onto the infield pit road. Mike Rowe and Dale Shaw bring the field to turn 4, and the green is out. Mike Rowe with the advantage by about a half car length as they work the beginning of the backstretch. Rowe puts the 12 in front. Dale Shaw tucks it right into the back bumper of the number 12. Then comes Jimmy Fields in the number 21. Stan Meserve on the move in the number 88. Ralph Nason also sets it to the outside of the number 35 of Paul Johnson. They stack it up side by side for positions 3 and 4. Ralph Nason on the move in the number 10 as he works it out and around the number 21 of Jimmy Field. Takes over position number 4. Single file racing back through about the top 10. Bobby Babb has the number 4 in the outside group, as does John Pippin. Also Bob Randall. Top 4 trying to break away just a little bit. Mike Rowe with a lot of pressure from Dale Shaw. Stan Meserve in the number 88 looking for racing room now to the low side of the number 23. Problems on the number 7 of Jimmy Burns. Jimmy Burns takes the number 7 on a pit road. 8 laps down of this 50-lap event. Top 4 remain the same. Top 5 remain the same. Challenge for the second place position now. Stan Meserve on the move to the outside of the number 23 of Dale Shaw. Stan Meserve on the backstretch, taking over the second place position. Now will make a bid to the outside of race leader Mike Rowe. Keep your eyes on the number 88. Puts a fender ahead in turn number 3. Mike Rowe fighting hard back on the low side. Can't hold him off. New leader. 12 laps down, your new leader is Stan Meserve. Also on the move on the outside, Mike Johnson in the number 33 starting to make time. Stan Meserve with an impressive run to the front. Quickly puts distance between himself and the number 12. Dale Shaw right at the back bumper of the Mike Rowe machine. Shaw will now take a bid to the outside of the number 12. Stan Meserve turning the track. Spill in turn number 4. Tom Quinney involved in that. And it looks like the number 32 of Joe Bowser. The number 82 of Jeff Salibi. All the cars able to drive away from that. Just had the watch on race leader Stan Meserve. In that last lap, we had him at 15.79. 16 laps down of this 50-lap main event. Second round of the main state late model championship series. Pace car will make his way onto the infield pit road. Stand reserve Mike Rowe, bring him to turn 4, and the green is out. Stand reserve with a slight advantage from the inside. Mike Rowe to his outside. Stand reserve by a fender as they cross the stripe. Now the battle will be for second as Dale Shaw dives to the inside. We have a spill on the backstretch. That will put the field under caution. Several cars involved, among them the 17 of Tracy Gordon. He's able to drive away, as is the 32 of Joe Bowser, the number 3 Jerry Babb, the number 5 Pete Rondo, 73 of Tom Quinney. Once again, it looks like all the drivers will be able to drive away from that skirmish. Cosmetic damage to the back of the Babb machine. Pit road. Also, Billy Penfold takes the 80 onto pit road, along with Jerry Babb, number 3, to get some repair to the body of that car. Once again, stand reserve, and Mike Rowe will bring the field to a start at turn 4. Flagman looks him over, gives him the green. Once again, stand reserve with the advantage from the low side. Dale Shaw trying to follow suit right up the inside. And once again, stand reserve begins to stretch it out just a little bit, leaving Mike Rowe and Dale Shaw to battle for the runner-up position. Shaw on the inside, Mike Rowe to the outside. They go at it wheel to wheel. Ralph Nason now entering that duel for that second and third place position as he dives to the low side of the number 12. Takes over the third place position. Mike Rowe finally able to duck into that inside lane. Tracy Gordon's number 17 goes behind the pit wall. Stan Meserve with a rather comfortable lead over Dale Shaw. Then comes Ralph Nason. Mike Rowe goes to 4th. And Jimmy Fields rounds out your top 5. Flagman indicates they will be at the halfway point when they cross the stripe this time. 25 down, 25 to go. Oh, a spin right here in the front stretch. Butch Buzzell gets turned about right here at the start-finish line. Fortunately, gets that car locked up before it gets into the concrete. from an even start, this time with Dale Shaw. In the second row, Ralph Nason will start from the third starting position. Mike Rowe in the fourth position. Pace car on the infield pit road. We look for a start at turn 4. Green is out. 3 wide down the front stretch as Scott Watts is on the move. Jeff Taylor off the pace, something amiss on his car. Stan Meserve once again back at the point. Ralph Nason up to challenge for that second place position as he works beneath the number 23 and works himself. Oh! Rowe and the 23 came together and melee results. Caution once again. Once again, 12, 23, and 59. Rule to bring out the yellow. They will start from the rear of the lineup. Mike Rowe ready to take the 12 on a pit road. Some body damage to the right front of that car. Speedy dry being put down by the safety truck. Safety truck. GMC from Weir's Motors in Arundel. Longtime sponsor here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Appreciate their involvement. Along with Forest City Chevrolet, providing the official pace car. The Chevrolet Lumina C34. And of course, Forest City Chevrolet also sponsoring the Super Sportsman Series once again this year. Then comes Scott Watts in 7th. Mike Johnson goes 8th. Bob Bilodeau 9th. And Scott Mulkern will start 10th. That's, of course, unofficial as they sit in the lineup. We look for a start out of turn number 4. Green is out. Ralph Nason and the 88 come together. Stan Meserve gets looped a couple of times. We have a car stalled at the top of turn number 1, and that will require the caution flag. Slight touch between the 88 and the 10. Andy Babb to his outside. The top of the pace car. 26 laps down. Ralph Nason, Gary Johnson bring the field to turn 4, and we're under green. Ralph Nason, Gary Johnson, Bobby Babb to third as he works himself out and around the number 35 of Paul Johnson. Stan Meserve now will have to take the march to the front up the outside. He works himself up to position number 4. Also on the move on the outside, Mike Mayetta in the number 13. Mayetta races to position number 5, and here comes Stan Meserve once again. He takes a bid to the outside of Bobby Babb. Drivers do a nice job back in the pack of handling in case of getting on the brakes. Stan Meserve on the move, taking over the second place position now as he works himself out and around Gary Johnson. They are working in lap number 32. Bobby Babb now going to take a bid to the outside of the number 53. Ralph Nason, your leader. Stan Reserve is second. Gary Johnson third. Bobby Babb is fourth, and Mike Mayetta fifth. Bobby Babb now with a bid to the outside of Gary Johnson, challenging for that third place position. Takes it over as they cross the stripe. Meanwhile, back up front, Stan Reserve has closed it in on Ralph Nason, and they will have to work out and around the 34 car of Bobby Libby. Ralph Nason goes a little wide. Stan Reserve dives to the inside. Takes it over out of turn number 4. Stan Reserve back in the lead once again. Ralph Nason went just a little wide, and that's all it took for Ralph Nason to establish himself as a leader once again. Impressive run by a veteran late model driver, both Ralph Nason and, of course, Stan Reserve. Just 10 laps to go when they cross the stripe this time. Paul Johnson off the pace, and the leaders make their way out and around Paul Johnson. Johnson taking the car into the infield. Something has evidently given out in the number 35. He will limp onto pit road. Man on the move now, Bobby Babb in the number 4 as he takes a look to the outside of the number 10 of Ralph Nason. Here comes Bobby Babb to second. Babb out of turn number 4 will take over the second place position. Laps winding down. Bobby Babb apparently finding that his car is improving as the race wears on. Can he rein in race leader Stan Reserve? We have just 5 laps to go when they get around here next time. Stan Reserve turning the track in about 15.85 seconds. Caution on the field as we have a car at the top of turn number 2. Looks like the 83. 83 of Jeff Taylor bringing that caution out. Only time will tell, but he is on a march to the front. His car will dip onto the infield pit road. Stan Reserve, Bobby Babb bring the field to turn number 4. The green is out. Stan Reserve jumps into a quick lead. Ralph Nason follows him right up the inside to retake that second place position. Bobby Babb hung on the outside, is going to have to find a way to get back around Nason if he wants that runner-up position. Nason goes a little wide. It opened it up for just an instant. Mike Mayetta comes to 4th. Bobby Randall is 5th. Ralph Nason gets under the number 88, as does Bobby Babb. Ralph Nason worked himself under the number 88, has retaken the lead, brings Bobby Babb with him up the inside. Just 2 laps to go. Ralph Nason your leader. Bobby Babb and Stan Reserve go at it side by side. White flag is out, just one to go. Stan Reserve trying to take it over from the outside. Here he comes on the outside to draw it even down into turn number 3. Bobby Babb dives low, 3 wide. Nason, Babb, Meserve, Mayetta, and Randall. What a finish. Outstanding charge at the end. Ralph Nason, Bobby Babb, and Stan Meserve, your top 3. Once again, your third place finish, Stan Meserve. In second place, Bobby Babb. And tonight's winner of the second leg of the 10-race Maine State Late Model Series goes to Ralph Nason. We'll get an opportunity to hear from the top finishers in just a few moments. Ralph Nason will parade the colors. As always, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to stay around for a bit, you will have the opportunity to get out on the track and talk with some of the drivers. Right now, as we prepare to go trackside, going to get an opportunity to first hear from our third place finisher, Stan Meserve. Then the man who finished runner-up, Bobby Babb. And finally from our race leader. Let's go trackside now to Dave Sturgis. Dave?
Thank you, Bruce. Fantastic race here at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Stan Meserve, third place finish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, what are your feelings on tonight's race?
I suppose everybody knows the feelings.
Oh, you got third place. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stan Meserve. Ladies and gentlemen, taking second place, regular Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, Bobby Babb.
Thank you. It was a good race. It was fun.
Well, you were at the right place at the right time, I guess.
Yeah, we missed a couple accidents and hit a couple breaks. We were going decent, but we can get better.
Well, congratulations on a second place finish.
I'd like to thank Waterhouse Food Distributors. Them guys have bagged me for 3 years now, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Babb. Taking first place in car number 10, they call him Racing Ralph Nason.
Sorry about that.
Well, you found the inside, you took advantage of the insides. How are you feeling on tonight's race?
Yeah, pretty good. Hot tires. We had a real bad push, and Stan drove right under us earlier. And after the restart, the tires felt real good. I could hold it right down tight. He was a little wishy-washy, and I got my nose stuck in there. And when he tried to close the doors, we were coming off turn 4 here, and then he had to lift. So now he's wound up with a win.
Oh, it's your first place trophy for tonight's fantastic race.
Good. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, first place goes to Ralph Nason. Bruce, back to you.
All right, thank you, Dave. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out our evening. Second leg of the Series Championship. Once again, if you'd like to stay around, you certainly will have the opportunity to get out through the main gate and talk with some of the drivers if you'd like to. Now, if you're headed home, as always, we hope that you'll drive carefully. And of course, we hope that you'll make it a habit to be right back here with us each and every Saturday night as we present short